Okay, greetings everybody, welcome back. I have a very sweet little guy asleep on my arm, and this is like the best day of my life, man. Alright, so what do we got from you? Oh no, we stole everything we had, right?
I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
I'm stealing, bro. Okay, you got... Ooh. Hold on. Alright, we're diving in. Oh, you good? Oh, he's off. He found himself a little basket. Okay. So let me just swap out the settings real quick. Somebody disappeared on me. Do 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 do. We do that. Then that. Uh-huh. Baldur's Gate 3. No longer have a cat asleep on my arm. Oh, I was really gonna capitalize on that, cause man, oh dude, I just look at him and my heart melts, man. He is just a sweet little gentleman, and he is just so comfy and so safe. Okay. I'm thinking we just dive in. Oh, dashboard. Get the disarm tools. Lush burgundy, bone white. Give me a supply. Yeah, we'll grab the mats as well. Why not? All right. And then, hold on, I lied. You get back there. So we have noble stock. Oh, yeah. Noble stock, that... Medicinal aroma. Doesn't this stop the explodey plants from exploding on you? But I do like how it removes all conditions that negatively affect it when consumed. So if you're blinded, well, hold on. If you're paralyzed, your turn just gets skipped. You can't do anything. But if someone uses like a remedial potion and throws it at you, that should remove the paralyze. So noble stock can't touch paralysis. If someone is being paralyzed with stone skin, how many turns do they get? And could the noble stock remove it? Because it sounds like stone skin. Here, let me, where's the search? Stone. Ah, flesh to stone. Okay, let me grab that up. All right. Apply atrophy a foe, restraining them until they are temporarily turned to stone. So it takes 3 turns. Target will petrify if it does not succeed at saving throw within 3 turns. Okay, now my brain just stopped working. What was I comparing this to? Who knows? Remedial potions? Oh, could I, if someone hit me with this, could I use a noble stock to remove the condition this applies? the petrified is condition. Oh, but that is turn 2 stone. That is already after the 3 turns. Can't move or take actions, bonus actions, or reactions. Okay. But you can throw a remedial potion on them. It should remove it. But I wonder if during the time someone hits you with this, it gets 3 turns to petrify. Within 3 turns. Huh. Okay. Hey, Kim, what are you thinking? Oh, let me do that. I love that. Asterion having all of her money. Because I would buy everything with Mel, and then Asterion would steal the money to cycle back and forth, but I just haven't moved the money yet. 52K, brother? That's amazing. Okay, let me toss all of the potions to Asterion. And any arrows that I have as well. Mel keeps all of the scrolls. Who do I want to keep the nose stock on? I mean, it's similar to a potion. Might as well keep it on Asterion as well. It's even grouped up with other potions. Ooh, gaseous form. That's been nice. Asterion. Oh, that was 2 more potions of invisibility. 11 more supreme healing. Ooh, brother. That's 330 minimum healing. And then purple worm toxin, remedial potions. I pick all of those up as soon as I see them, man. Okay, so we still got... Did we not sort? What's going on here? We got arcane cultivation. Wizard Bane. Wizard Bane is one of those things that I think are very cool and like usable. If you find a target that is using spells, you reduce their attack roll by 3 is huge. And then their spell save DC by 3 as well. That is massive. Massive is greater than huge. And disadvantage on saving throws from maintaining concentration. So Asterion already has the disadvantage on saving throws to maintain concentration because he has Mage Killer. But if he applies the -3 penalty to spell attack rolls and save DCs, he completely shuts that character down. Even if they're tossing out firebolts every turn, that is -3 to hit. If they try to do a whole person, that's -3 to their DC, which is a gargantuan amount to be able to cover. Hold on, I got a little distracted. And we got poison. That goes to Asterion. Aberration Sling. I am so excited. Like, I have so much resources. Act 1 and 2 was pretty modest. I would run around and take and steal everything that I could find that was not nailed down for the most part. There were some areas that I left alone. The northwest corner of Act 1 on the Overworld, not Underdark, Overworld. There's that burning building. I did not completely loot that like I did all of other buildings that I had access to, because it was on fire, and there was a weird interaction when I went there. When I was amidst the fire and flames with some characters, and then they left. Some characters removed the debuff of blindness because of the smoke and flames. Karlak, however, was permanently affected by the smoke and flames from that building. I don't know if that was intentional or if that was kind of a bug. Because the next time I approached that scenario in a different game with some of my buddies, we ran through that building. Some of us got that debuff, but as soon as we left the building, it left. So it wasn't as impactful during that time as it was during my solo playthrough. That was just one of the things that I worry about. I lost track of my thoughts, man. Just tossing items over to Asterion. Okay, so we got this desiccated food, a wine goblet. What else would we want to toss from Mal? Oh, why did those not appear with the rest of the ammo? Okay, so this King's Knife. So there seems to be an exploit where if you hire a hireling, you equip them with this weapon, and then you dismiss them. And then you rehire them, and then it becomes... Is it Knife of the Undermountain? Or it becomes that rarity. I don't know what it does exactly. It's one of those things that, like, I saw the YouTube short, wanted to try it, just never got around to it. Because I do want to make a character. It might end up being Gale, but if I make it a hireling, I can do two things with one stone, right? I can create a hireling that is a wizard and a bard, and then equip them with that and do that. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Jesse? Oh, why did I say Jessica? My bad, dude. Jesse, how you doing? The game going? Yeah, game going, dude. Just trying to clear my inventory. Else really tosses around. So you, potions and poisons, go to Asterion. Okay, that's fine. Jahira. I kind of want to swap you back to Shadowheart. Like, I know I needed you for some of the dialogue, but I prefer just to have Shadowheart on my party than Jahira. Because I have Shadowheart kind of set up, build, and equipment-wise.
Jahira's old acquaintance. Painfully small world at times.
Oh, but I need Jahira when I go find Minsk. Oh, brother. Okay. Jahira, we gotta figure out your build. The Celestial? What is it? Yeah, I'm reading chat, dog. How you doing? You're not able to hear me? My setup seems to be telling me it's all good. Is my mic not coming through? Oh, right on. How you doing? So if I wanna... Jaheira has 2 weapons. Instead of dexterity modifier, the affected entity adds a spellcasting modifier to attack. Oh, dude, I'm doing great, man. I'm just chilling, playing some Baldur's Gate 3. I'm build crunching. There's a lot of fun in that. Cause I'm at a point where I need Jaheira with me for the story, but I don't really have her set up for combat. Like the few times. Oh, I'm from the US, man. UK, how's it going over there? Weather nice and all? So I could focus with that, and then... Hey, nice to meet you too.
At your command.
Okay, I want withers. Yeah, withers are right there. Oh yeah, it does, man. All support counts.
Ah, another.
Hey, thank you.
Thy name
I
has
appreciate
been
it.
recorded. I shall be
Oh, this is
here
the first
in
time
thy
I talked
cabin,
to Withers with
for whenever thou
Jaheira. Cool, I'm
hast
just going to
need
jump
of
right
my
into
as
this.
thou desire.
Oh, I'm just streaming. Okay, so I want Druid. I don't want to change her identity. So we stay Druid, Arcane Trips. I'm hoping with a Celestial form, if I use Arcane, if I can make her a mix of melee and ranged combat like I do with Karlach, right? Why do you want to know my age? Nah, bro. You don't need to know my age. So I want to keep her in human form using the Celestial Arcane for range combat, but also I want her to... Oh, I'm above 18. Hey, well, let's punch it. Yeah, right on, man. You're not gonna like start hitting on me, are you? Alright, yeah, we keep Shillelagh, we keep Thornweb. And then what am I thinking? So for melee attacks. For your channel, may I share? Yeah, right on. You can share whatever you want. No links. I'm not gonna click links. No one should click links. If any links come up in chat, I'm gonna ban the person that did links and urge anyone not to click links. So consider that. So if we do wisdom, I mean 17 is the max that we can get out of wisdom at this time. I mean that. Well, hold on. Oh, my goofy head. Yeah. But you need to spend money on me to upgrade it. You don't have any custom identity. Yeah, I mean, I got my profile picture, man. That's custom identity. Did that myself. Let's see. So the swords do what Shillelagh does. But I want to keep her with the dual weapons. Guidance? I think you're replacing who I normally have guidance with. And then we'll keep the Thorn Whip. I like that. Produce Flame is ranged. Shillelagh. equipment dependent. I want to use these dual swords that she has, so we're going to keep that. And then we got Dex at 14, Con at 14, Wisdom 17, so that's our main stat. Charisma 12. If I drop Charisma, pump up Dex, one of the first ASIs I can grab can jump Dex up to 16, giving her a +3. But that doesn't matter for her attacks. That would only matter for her AC, her dexterity saving throws, athletics checks, stealth checks we avoid. Sleight of hand, you ain't that guy, dog. That's Asterion. No, but I want that AC. I think she could survive a lot longer with more dex than more constitution. If she has more constitution, yeah, she can take a few more. Well, she can take probably a hit and a half more, right? Like, it's usually not that much. But if she has more dex, then she can avoid more attacks, which means that she doesn't need as high as constitution. But if I don't go dex, then I need a higher constitution to offset that. So I think we want to go dex. This point that I can freely spend. You're not going to use strength. Even if you wild shape, use the strength of the form. You don't use your strength. So then I could pop Constitution up to 15, which means one of my ASIs can go to 16 dex, which solid. That's as much as I need. And then 16 con. That's as much as I need. And then I got 3 other points to make a total of 5. So that's level 10 of wisdom for the ASIs. That seems pretty balanced. I like that. I like that a lot. So because... Alright. Two of these. So nature and animal handling. We got religion, insight, medicine, perception. I do like the idea of having perception, but I got a couple characters with perception. I think I'm going to stick with nature and animal handling. She could be my animal handler. Okay, so... I got a choice to make, man. Like, there's a multi-class option that is very valuable and widely known. The Thief subclass from Rogue adds a bonus action where I want Chihiro up in front, up in center. I want her smacking people with her swords. I want her to be not in Asterion, but similar to Asterion. She's not going to have the melee capacity that Asterion does, but I think she'll be stable. And she'll have some battlefield control with Thorn Whip and Entangle. Ice Knife, I think, is highly valuable because it make enemies trip if they try to run out of it, and you do 3 to 22 damage. Cold has some interactions with items which could be useful. I know I don't have the gloves that add like 2 more damage to cold when they're dealt, but I do have, I mean, it would be redundant with the spell, but I do have that ring that drops the ice pool underneath enemies. So let's see. Do I want to do Rogue 3 with you? All of these are actions. We do have Enhanced Leap, which is, it's still an action, but it is ritual. We have offhand attacks, which we could use the bonus action for, along with the bonus action, the cunning action. Dash, I think, is highly valuable. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's run with it. Before I continue, I'm going to run in the restroom. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to make it as quick as I can. Oh, I do want... It's... Getting distracted. I need to move. I'll be right back. I'm back, but I have a little issue. Let me see if I can show you. Somebody has stolen my chair. All right. So, all right. Yeah, we want stars, right? You're guided by infinite mysteries of the cosmos. It is through your understanding of the stars that your druidic magic gains its potency. So your wild shape, star map. A map of the stars you use, resource to casting guiding bolt. Oh, that's probably what those are. The next attack roll against the target has advantage. Okay. Oh, so we get two forms of guiding bolt. We get one that requires the star map resource, and the other, the regular spell slot. And we got guidance as a cantrip. Druids can prepare their spells whenever the heck they want. Okay, so it doesn't really matter right now. Let's grab these three. And then Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire. Well, I don't have Lizelle with the Blinding Spear anymore. So she's not tossing out advantage to other allies. She does have advantage against attack of opportunities. Yeah, let's drop that. Well, hold on. Mel has access to Fairy Fire once per... Ooh, is it short or long? I have no idea. But she does have access to Fairy Fire. I haven't used Fairy Fire. There's a part of my brain that's pinging. You used it once, but I can't remember. It might have been in the Shadow Curse lands. No, I'm thinking of the Bard playthrough with Hero Dave. I know I used Fairy Fire a dozen times there. I don't think I used it on this playthrough. And I do have access to it on Mel. So what would be better? Ice Knife, I think, is solid, especially for the CC that it can provide. However, I think Entangle. Okay. Oh, alright. So I can drop it up to 18 meters, but it's only 3 meter. Is that radius? So 6 meter diameter. That's big. That's solid. And it has a possibility of entangling anyone where, I mean, if they get entangled, they just stop, right? Do they still get the reaction? It's not like grease or ice. Affected entity can't move. Attack rolls against it have advantage, while it attacks rolls and dexterity saving throws have disadvantage. Okay, so it would run towards us and stop. If it was in range, it could still attack, but it has disadvantage. And it has dexterity saving throws. Is Entangle one of those things that if you drop it and set it on fire, does it burn away? Because that sounds amazing to combo with Fireball. You drop Entangle. It has some decent range. You'd be able to catch like 4 or 5 people on that, I'm sure. 3 to 4 to be a little bit more modest. But if they all stop there in it, you toss out a Fireball, they get disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, which is Fireball. So you have a much higher chance of popping off max damage, right? Yeah, we like that. I like that. I don't know. I'm envisioning something specific with you. I just don't know exactly if I'm right or how to function with it. So Enhanced Leap and Long Strider. Long Strider, we just need one person with that on the team. I think that was shit. No, I remember Mel having that. I did do ritual caster feat with her, but I backed that off. And then good berries. I like the idea of them. Just bonus health. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I gotta toss some laundry. I'm back, however, I'm distracted by my cat that stole my chair. Okay. Oop. Alright, so what do we got? Fairy Fire, I think we pass on Fairy Fire. We have access to it on Mel. She is more likely to use that because Jaheira has other concentration spells that I would prefer her to use. Now, I haven't selected any of those yet. Well, Entangle is one of them. Moonbeam is probably another. However, the last time I had Moonbeam activate around me, I ran into and took damage, which I would have liked to avoid. So I'm a little cautious about Moonbeam, even though the radiant damage is nice. There is also Flame Blade. Well, hold on. If I cast Flame Blade and it replaces the main hand weapon that Jaheira has, which her weapon adds her wisdom modifier to her attack and damage, right? Or is it just attack or just damage? Forget. Thought it was attack and damage. So Flame Blade, I think, nerfs me. Flaming Sphere. There was one fight in a multiplayer game that I had where it was the 3 ogres in a blighted village, where you get the crown that sets your intellect to 17. Can't remember the guy's name. But during our fight with that, we had a wizard, a blade singing wizard, but he popped out Flaming Sphere, and it completely shut down one of the ogres. That ogre kept focusing on the Flaming Sphere, kept attacking the Flaming Sphere, kept maneuvering around the Flaming Sphere, so he never became a threat to any of the other players. And the Flaming Sphere just kept doing damage to it. And because the ogre is a large creature, it has like 10 feet reach or something ridiculous like that. Like, it has greater reach. And Flaming Sphere has an ability where if something starts its turn within a certain amount of range, I think it is. Let me see, is this it? Oh, you're not going to tell me? Brother, please. But if something starts its turn within a certain distance of the Flaming Sphere, it would take damage. So what the ogre did is it would go up to the Flaming Sphere, attack it at a greater distance, and then it would back off. Because it kept backing off, it kept moving away from the main fight where we kept the other 2 ogres. We were able to just whittle down those 2 ogres and come back to the one that was just enamored by the Flaming Sphere. So I really like the idea of Flaming Sphere. I saw an iteration of Flaming Sphere that was, 1 in a million, where it did very good stuff. I really like the idea of that. For clerics, something similar is a spiritual weapon, which I think I have both on Lae'zel. Is it spiritual weapon part of Lae'zel's deity? Oath. Yeah, I think I need... Yeah. And if we just have Flaming Sphere, that means more Flaming Spheres. Oh, because Shadowheart doesn't have... does Lae'zel? Can I check? Because I think having an option of lesser restoration, removing paralysis, I think is one of the topmost things that you should have in any fight that you go into. If you have an option for paralysis, I think you're solid. Because there are a couple fights where paralysis comes up, and if you don't have an option for it, you are setting yourself up for failure. So having lesser restoration, I think, is very invaluable. However, I do have Asterion with the arrows that remove paralysis, and I do have the remedial potions that can be thrown. And those could, like, Karlach could use that. She could totally dish out a main hand attack, and then another main hand attack because she's Barbarian 5. And then she can toss out a Frenzy Strike or even a thrown weapon as a bonus action. And then she could still use a bonus action to throw a remedial potion at whoever's paralyzed. But I haven't had Karlach on the team in a while. I value Lae'zel and Asterion a little greater. Though I do love Karlach. She's a beast. It was a very specific scenario, but there was a time where during her turn, she used a normal action to take someone out. And then she used a frenzied action to take someone else out. And then she used the frenzy throw to take out a third person. That was one of the moments during this game. I was like, yes, you just lean back with your hands behind your head. Just like, oh, nice. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, Tangle, Ice Knife. Those are active. Long Strider and Enhanced Sleeve don't take up spell slots, but if I have another character with those at the same time, it's redundant, which means I waste. Red. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I gotta figure out if she's gonna be in a form or not. Because the celestial form, she should still be in her human form and be able to do the multi-attacks and use the archer abilities if she selects that. That's what I'm looking for. If that's the case, let's... Yeah. Let's drop Road 3. Hold on. Okay, sleight of hand. Rate that guy. Intimidation. Let's not do that. I think... I mean, what does animal handling get me? Because I have an abundance of speak with animal potions, and I haven't had to roll an animal handling check when I use those potions, right? Like, I can't remember the last time I used an animal handling check. Yeah, fine. Well, what about nature? +3? No, let's just... Alright, fine. Acrobatics, sleight of hand, no. Stealth, no. Yeah, let's drop acrobatics. Row 2, that's what we're looking for. And then we do Thief. I love how it tries to get us to Arcane Trickster. I want Thief, brother. So we get Rogue, Race, Thief, perfect. And then we start with more Druid classes. So we get a new cantrip. Shillelagh. Shillelagh does keep coming up. I don't want to just dismiss it. However, the weapons... Both of the weapons that Jaheira has that she can dual wield with covers this. Because she's able to use her spellcasting ability for attack rolls on her weapons, right? Shillelagh does the same thing, but it does deal a little bit more damage. But she needs to have a club or staff. I think I'm going to skip that. What about 2d12? That could be quite a bit of damage. Produce flame gives us another range option, but I think, don't you have to do an action to produce flame and then a bonus action to fire it off? I think, let's try that. Let's try the more offensive ability. We'll see what we can get away with. Animal friendship, we don't want. Speak with animal, we don't want. Healing word and cure wounds, we don't want. Thunder wave, we don't want. Okay, we don't want anything that picked for us. Okay. Then we're gonna pick a few back up that we picked up. Okay. Those two. Good berry. It's tempting. You can cure 4 magical berries that heal 1d4. So that's 44 healing. Four, 8, 12, 16. So 4 to 16 health. Throw a bonus action to eat. But there are interactions, like Mel has interactions where she heals, bonuses are applied. However, their gloves only applies to allies she heals, not to herself. So she doesn't get Blade Ward. Always liked the idea of heat metal. And I know that there are points in the game where you find a lot of enemies that have heat metal. Like I think Act 3, there's a lot of like guards and mercenaries that do have that this would affect. But also the steel guards, steel wardens, those guys, they're all metal. Would this not affect them? Because if I can pop that on one of those guys, that would definitely debilitate them. They get disadvantage on attack rolls, which is wonderful for me. And then ability check, so I can take advantage of that. So I could... Disadvantage on ability checks. Oh, that could be like a topple or a shove. Or disarming strike. Though I don't think those guys actually have weapons that can be disarmed. But that is an example of what that would affect, right? Yeah, heat metal. Toss them between Moonbeam and Hold Person. Hold Person upcasted, I think, is a terror because you're allowed to target more enemies. Moonbeam is an AoE, and you're able to move it to take up your action, though. Which I think that could also be a terror, especially during like a long hallway event. That'd be insane. Old person in the blighted village at the windmill where the gnome is being tossed around. There's that one encounter. You could fight it or you can talk your way through. But when my buddy and I, on our first playthrough, we haven't finished it yet, but when we got there, we fought it. And one of my first moves on my bard was hold person on the main guy. He has a halberd, the very heavy halberd or something like that. And I stopped him in his tracks. And then there's the like archer up on the first step. He has a bomb that throws, that does a lot of damage. That we lucked out, didn't do too much to us, and we were able to persevere. But that is also something to be very worried about. That's one of the targets I'm like, okay, if I can assassinate anyone at this encounter, I assassinate them first. So they don't toss that bomb. Because as soon as that bomb is out of the picture, you have so much damage mitigation. Otherwise, you'd be taking so much more. And that bomb, I think they do like a grease bomb and then some sort of fire. And both those just do so much. The spike growth. That's definitely one of those things that's like, yeah, I know it's good. I know it's highly valued amongst players. in the community. I haven't used it. I haven't seen it in works. But it does sound like 2 to 8 piercing damage for every 1.5 meters something moves in there. If something is running at you, you'd be able to toss that on their path. Like, that's a lot of damage. Especially at, like, max distances, let's say. Just for the sake of argument. Like, that is really cool. And the movement is halved. Okay, I got 3 level 2, 3 level 1s. Part of me has been considering destroy water. Or, I'm sorry, create or destroy water. In Act 1, on the northwestern side with the burning building, I tried using create water to douse the flames, but the flames kicked up and just overrode it like it never happened. So that was a big bummer. That was one of those scenarios that I thought, oh, this would be prime. If I dropped the create water, the fire would douse, and then it would be wet. And the fire would try to spread back to it because it would wet, it would null it. And then that area would be fine. So the NPCs that needed to escape would be able to escape. But that's not what happened. I would douse the fire and either nothing happened during certain points of the area, like the top floor, where you find that one guy underneath the boards, in that back room with the locked chest. Like, if you toss water there, it would just immediately go back to fire. You had no chance of putting it out. And that was one of the times where I thought, oh, this will be great if it worked, and it didn't. So, create water I'm a little iffy about, though part of me still wants it. Now, it does improve the damage of ice and lightning if I hit someone with water than one of those elements. So that could be a good combo. However, I don't have primer for that. I don't got ice or lightning, I don't think. I mean, what's her face? Shadowheart. She has lightning and thunder. That would combine. But I don't use both Jaheira and Shadowheart in the same party. I swapped them out. And Fairy Fire, we have an option for that. Speak with animals. We have so many of those potions. I feel like the spell slots are going to be a little bit more valuable than that. Oh, brother, Entangle. Yeah, what am I thinking? So we got option between Entangle or Spike Growth. Or Flaming Sphere. That's a Restoration, Good Berry, a Long Strider, Enhanced Sleep. They're not. Okay, so we're going to level 7. So level 4 Druid. I like the idea of Warcaster. However, I do not have proficiency in Constitution saving throws. So I think I'm going to lean Resilient to get Constitution saving throw proficiency and bump up Constitution to 16 so I don't have to use an ASI. Which I completely forgot about. Okay, so we got 3 Rogue, 4 Druid. Oh, if we go 4 Rogue, we'll be able to get a 3rd feat. However, we're only going to be able to get 2 feats if we stick with Druid. So do we want Warcaster? I mean, that would be it, right? I'd get the ASI, which I'd get either way. I'd get Warcaster. Yeah, let's do that. 4 Rogue, and then we'll just dump everything else into Druid. Because we got the feat, we got Warcaster, and we got proficiency from Resilient. And that increased the Constitution. So that's perfect. Because that jumped us to 16 con, and that's what I wanted to reach with the ASIs. And now she has Warcaster, so she has advantage on Constitution saving throws. That's what I'm looking for. Because I think what's going to happen is she's going to be in Celestial form, which maintains her humanoid form. So she has access to either dual weapons or the ranged option that she has equipped. And I want her up front. And I think 16 con is good enough, especially since I have the priest class. And then wisdom she plays off with for attacks. Is it attacks and damage, or is it just attacks? Alright, still with Druid. What are our prepared spells? Okay. So charm person and animal friendship. I will like removed from the game. I don't want those options ever. Thunder wave, cure wounds, and healing word aren't what I'm looking for out of this character. Long strider, I am. That's a nice buff to be able to pop on. Speak with animals, I have plenty of potions for that, so I don't need you to spend a spell slot for that. However, I like the backup of Entangle, even though I'm taking Spike Growth. Because of Spike Growth, I can't remember. Spike Growth one of the spells that if it's hit with fire, it burns up, or is that just Entangle? Or does Entangle not do that? I have no idea. So, let's see. We want Call Lightning. I want Sleet Storm. That's for sure. Disrupts concentration of spellcasters. I love that idea. And then Call Lightning, especially with Power Infusion on the Priest class, give them an extra action. Ah, man, that fight at the beginning of, at the base of Moonrise Towers, where everyone's there. And those rafters, where I think there's 2 to 3 archers. I swear there's 2 to 3 archers. I swear the first time I did that fight, there was 3 archers up there. But the time I did, I think there was only 2. Though I think I assassinated the 3rd on my exploration of the Moonrise Towers and found him exposed. So took advantage of that opportunity. So that might have been the reason why there was only 3 up there. But because there was only 2, I was able to use Power Infusion to give Shadowheart another action. So she was able to cast Call Lightning and then recast it again. So it knocked both of those people off the rafters and they were absolutely vulnerable. If they survived. They died from the damage that she dealt. Because I think I maximized it, and I wouldn't be surprised if I maximized it, but I can't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did. Because I knew the fall damage was coming. That was going to be the icing on the cake, right? And then they both died from that. So that was absolutely here. So I love Call Lightning. But Jaheira does not have the knockback that Shadowheart does. So does that mean... Well, I mean, what are... Sleet Storm... 111... 2133... So, I don't have many... Oh. Let's do that. How do I like that? I think I'm gonna drop drop Ice Knife. Pass without a trace. You are not my sneaky character. Do have options of lesser restoration. I like having more. think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we got Lesser Restoration, Long Strider, Entangle, Spike Growth, Enhanced Sleep, Calling In, Sleep Storm, Blink Spear. Okay. Yeah, now we're just going straight Druid now. So we got our bonus action from Rogue. Omens of the future that you gain from consulting the stars. They let you use a reaction to affect the outcome of a certain roll. Oh, okay. And then we have Cosmic Omen. Whenever you long rest, you consult the stars for a cosmic omen of weal or woe. The omen grants you the ability to increase weal or decrease woe attack rolls or saving throws, or weal only, to increase your allies' ability checks. Oh. Yeah, if I got wheel, I'd increase everyone else's ability checks. That's sneak, that's sleight of hand, that's perception, that's deception and persuasion. Sleight of hand I already mentioned, but I think that's like doubly important. So I remember in Act 2 I wasted like 25 kits, which I should not have, but I'm not feeling it now. I got lucky there, especially after stealing all gold and all the kits I can, right? Oh, you get Panther now and Owlbear. No, but you're Celestial, but you still get, even though you're Celestial, you still get the extra attacks and unarmed from certain forms. But that's not the form we're taking advantage of, right? We're doing a Celestial form. I think we're doing Archer, so we can still keep her doing two-handed melee attacks, but if she needs to do range, she has that option. Depending how good the ranged options are, I might start off range, then move in close, or move in close, then end off range. Though, I mean, it ain't World of Warcraft. Enemies aren't running for their lives after a certain amount of HP, right? Okay, so we have a new level of spell. Ooh, these are some choices, though. Okay, this is Conjure Minor Elemental. Yeah, I think we're gonna go all in. We're gonna do Conjure Elemental and Woodland Being, because we still have Sleet Storm. This is just a large AoE ice damage. Dominate Beast, I think is good for exploits. Confusion, that's tempting. Confusion's tempting. Because an AoE CC where it makes all the enemies attack the closest thing near them, right? Oh, okay, causing them to attack at random. So it's random. Wander around aimlessly and occasionally skip turns in stupor. So sucking actions out of the economy, I think, is very valuable. I think I'm gonna... So the Conjure Minor Elemental. I think I'm gonna get Confusion, but I'm gonna keep Conjure Woodland Being. What are the other... Okay, Freedom of Movement, Anti-Stun, Difficult Terrain doesn't slow... Difficult Terrain Immunity, can't be paralyzed or restrained. I think it's absolutely powerful. Like if Lae'zel gets stunned in the middle, like Shadow Curse lands, that tower where there is the large shadow beast and it has a bunch of allies around it. Yeah, that was restrained, right? Or is that entangle? Are they the same? No, they're different. Restrained is different from entangle, right? Or does entangle cause restraint? I don't know. I don't remember that fight. Like having that fight, Lae'zel, I think she got cut up a few times. If I was able to cast Freedom of Movement on her, It would remove the difficult terrain, which is caused by the big blight move, where he does a massive 360 AoE around him, and then entangles. And then paralysis, restrained. I don't want to lose out on this option, but I think I'm going to hold out for it, because I know the option is going to come up. I had a new spell slot. Ooh, next level. Okay. So let's see. We have Cosmic Omen, replenishable on long rest. Omens are the feature that you gain from consulting a star. They let you use your reaction to affect outcome of certain rolls. Okay, so if I miss, I can use a reaction to re-roll or something along those lines. Star map. This gives me the resource for Guiding Bolt. Okay, so because of my weapons, because of my melee weapons, I'm using my spell casting ability. But if I am, let me save. Okay, let me toss on not Owlbear, not Panther, Deep Growth. Okay, so we got. So Chalice is healing. That is very tempting. I do like the support option, but I think I'm leaning more towards the Ranger. Archer. My apologies. This gives us... Oh, it's a bonus action to shoot a luminous arrow at a target. So I could pop this off and run up and do my main and offhand attack, because I have enough resources for that. So I could keep her with that option. If she's melee, I do get a disadvantage on attack roll. But if I'm able to offset that with other abilities, like for example, if Lae'zel still kept the spear that blinded, that's an option. I like that. Like, she's front but mid. She has 91 HP. Starion got 92. Okay, let me see. I got... Oh, hold on. So now that I've seen that Luminous Arrow is a bonus action, let me reload so I don't have that charge used. And then I need to do the ASIs that she has. So we're going to jump the Wisdom up to 20. Constitution popped to 16 because of the feat she took for resilience. And then I don't need strength. I don't need dex if I'm melee. Yeah, that's interesting. Though the dex is good for AC, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to pump her dex to 16, leave it there. Wisdom goes to 20. So yeah, we just go ahead. The dex, that's the second one, right? There we go. Okay. Dex is good, and then we do 3 wisdom, so 1 wisdom. 2 wisdom. 3 wisdom. Okay, so now let's take a look at her stats. We got Jaheira. We got 20 wisdom, which affect her weapons. The affected entity adds a spellcasting ability modifier to the attack roll. And both of these are light and finesse, so I still get the sneak attack bonus from her. So that is very competitive, even though I only did 3 levels into Rogue for it. However, I get the bonus action, the cunning action, hide, dash, and disengage, which I think are invaluable. And we got some expertise. Okay, so yeah, we got 20 there, 16 there, 16 there. Do we want... Do I want to go defensive now? Because if we go dex, that's not going to affect... Well, I mean, if we change weapons, it'll definitely affect it, right? Like, if I get her to the point of having comparable dex to wisdom, then these weapons kind of commune. They only got weapon enchantment +1, so it's only going to be 1d6 +1 for the base damage. Now, because I have +5 wisdom, it ends up being 1d6 +6. Seven to 12 and 2 to 7. How do I... Oh, the modifier doesn't add onto the offhand. There's a feat for that. There's a feat for that, right? No, it's a fighting style feat. So yeah, it's a feat. So if I splash down to fighter or even to paladin, having access to those smites would be fun. But what am I getting out of druid? 7 druid. So do I want to do 5 druid? But I mean, that reduces what I get from druid. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with this. I like the dax. Oh, do we still have... Yeah, we still got more points. Can't be wisdom. I could do intelligence to buff that up to remove the negative modifier. Just for saves. Yeah, let's do that. Let's pump up intelligence twice. That's 1. Oh, that's the last one. Okay. Alright, dude. Do I like this? I mean, you're melee, but your spells. You have ranged options. I think I dig it.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Shadowheart's always showing off.
Come on now, guys.
Alright, I'm gonna save all of that. Okay, we got Mole here. Mole, I don't want you to die, but I kind of itching to fight this, brother. We leave, we talk, we go. What do you got to say?
It's Uktar you want. Old Silver Smile there.
You are not known to me. For supplies, seek the Bugbear. To trade trinkets, the Fetcher's Brats. I am Uktar, duly elected guild bursar, and I will not have my time wasted.
Okay.
Is that what Nine Fingers was doing earlier? Wasting guild time with this Stone Lord business?
You might say so. I could not possibly comment.
I sense there is no love lost between the two of you.
I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make?
I'm gonna trade, dog. Give me like 20 seconds. Fill our water. Ooh, I need my chair back. Oh, there we go.
I clearly recall asking you not to waste my time.
Not wasting. I'm just saying you're sensitive. Ukta, ponder where you know the name from. All right, I got one. Test. Yeah, we got proficiency in the headband, guidance. That's why I like guidance. Yeah, my team's pretty interesting. I have a highly dedicated healer, but they do have damaging options that are very effective. And then I got Asterion, who's my dex guy. He does sleight of hand to pick her way through traps and locks. I got Lizelle, who's at the front of every fight. And then our last option fluctuates depending on the story. When we were in Act 2, we had Shadowheart. When we were in Act 1, we had Lizelle. I mean, that was kind of a double bonus, right? We were already going to have Lizelle, but that was when her main story was. But we had Karlach, we were able to do her story there, too. I almost forgot about her. Oh, hey, kitty. Hold on, give me a sec, boss. Okay, let me move my water. On the phone. Nice. That can go up a little. There we go. How you doing, kitty? There you go. You get your own space. Alright, we got 27 out of 15 on our history. Ooh, alright. Hold on, hush up.
Urkta, 11th month of the year, more commonly known as the rotting.
The rotting.
Time in which all things decay and die.
Oh, pre-winter. Okay, 11th month of the year, so for us that'd be November. And that's when everything decays and dies in preparation for winter. Huh. That's fun.
It is guild business I take seriously, as you ought to. That business is finance. Specifically, the acquisition of vault keys. The wealthy squirrel their riches away in the city's counting house, where it gathers dust, serving no one. I acquire keys and allow these funds to circulate, like lifeblood in a healthy body. Everyone benefits, particularly those who bring me such keys.
Okay.
So, are you wasting my time, or do you seek to benefit?
I seek to.
Have you made an acquisition?
Alright. I don't. Wait, what? Lorican. I don't remember you in camp. Lorican. Were you in Worm's Crossing? Is that where I remember you? Man, if I give you this key, do I lock myself out of anything? Or did I already pick it up? I'm just giving him kind of a empty hope. Hey, you. No, sweet thing. do I Google this? I just don't want to be locked out of something. All right. Sorry, gamers. My curiosity. Let's see. BG3 giving Victor keys. Okay, should you give Uktar the vault keys in Baldur's Gate 3? In Act 3, Uktar, the guild's Busar, offers to pay you a high security vault keys to the county house. 4 highs. Okay. Only if the vaults you open have not been emptied. Okay. He only accepts keys to the 9 high security vaults in 1 in 9 in the lower vault room, not the safe vaults. Keys are named Counting House Vault X key, bluish, or the heavy iron key from Ramesses Tower. So, I mean, if we didn't empty it, we might get like a mundane reward, but it sounds like we might get a better reward if we go empty it.
The Great Wizard. I will be interested to see what manner of
Oh, does that
curiosities
change
he
the
deems worth
inventory of
locking
merchants
away.
around you?
Then our business is done for now.
Okay. Okay, I got 331 gold. So I did not loot what that key held. I have 331 gold. Fine? Fine? Fine, I guess. Okay, let's see. Okay. I need to go to the quest tab. Alright, so we got confront the Elder Brain. Obtain the 3 nether stones. We have finally arrived in Baldur's Gate. To face the Elder Brain, we must obtain the nether stones from the 3 chosen. We already have Kethric's nether stone. Alright, fine. Fair. We got 1 nether stone. Gotta go find the other 2. That leads us to get Gortash's nether stone. We went to Worm's Rock Fortress and were invited to Gortash's inauguration upstairs. If we go there, that fight is impossible. We're not going to win it. Well, part of me wants to test that. Could I get away with it? Because the biggest thing is keeping Mel safe. If Mel is safe, the party's indestructible. So I would just have to move Lae'zel near a target and Asterion dive in on that. And then use Lae'zel's damage to finish him off and move on to the next target. And then Asterion can finish off or follow up. If I have Shadowheart, she's a little bit more melee combative, though she does have access to spells. Even though it's a little diminished by like 1 point. So her DC is going to be 1 less. Her spell attack is going to be 1 less. Which could be tricky. But Spirit Guardians is pretty aggressive. So if you run up on an entity, it takes a save. If the entity starts its turn on that, I think it takes a save. Or is it only when it comes back to the caster? Okay, so Cortege, not looking for that. Same with Orin. Gather your allies. We're working on it. Okay, personal quests. Yeah, we're going to eventually go and take out Raphael. I'm not worried about that. Free Orpheus will come in time. When we can get inside the astral prism, that'll be fine. Though, I'm a little iffy on it. I don't know if it's going to end in like a game over or something. Let's see, find the night song. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this quest, find the night song. Lorican, popular wizard in Baldur's Gate, wants the night song to do exactly what Ketheric Thorm did to her. He wants to use her for his immortality. And no, I'm not doing that. Dog, I'll fight you. I don't mind that encounter. I'm not letting the night song get taken advantage of again. Unless it's for my benefit, then I might consider it. We'll see. Alright. So yeah, we keep the night song silent. So save Vanra. Investigate the Blushing Mermaid. Basilisk Gate. We met a distraught Laura. She claimed her daughter Vanra is missing and that she vanished when the pair were in the... Oh! Yeah, is that...
Perhaps all these little gods.
Hold on. Because when that scene was popping off, the only thing I could think of was, where's that little girl? Yenna. Oh, that's not Vanra. Well, I'm gonna touch space. How you doing, dog? Get enough to eat? Sleeping well? What am I gonna do with you? Oh, it froze. It really froze? Oh, there's the other back.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Can I get you, like, fresh clothes and a bath, brother? Have you seen yourself in
I
a mirror?
brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and
You're
I'm gonna make
caked in
something
dirt.
really good, I promise.
Dobio better than it. Oh, I better need, yes. I will better need a longer time. You bros want to do some Barony? I'll do some Barony, dog. Okay, let me, yeah, I'm gonna save on this, dog. We're gonna pop this, pop that, hop over to Barony. Let me get the stream up and going on Barony, then I'll hop in chat. Alright, Steam. Let's go to Barony. We're playing that. Right, Barony, then we cancel because it's going to take forever to synchronize. And we play Barony again, unable to sync. Boom. Now it's going to pop up. So then, give me like 2 seconds. Ooh. Bam. 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 Barony is up. Let me see. OBS, are you gonna behave? Oh, bother. OBS is not gonna behave. So I'm gonna go down for about